where I review entertainment for the light it gives, and check out astrolove.blog, where I do oracle readings and natal chart readings for you, the people. So I wanted to do like a smash and pluck using malachite. Malachite, I think, is my favorite crystal, one of my favorites. One of the ways you could tell it's real is that it's always messy. Like usually when you go to stores, you see it like really refined, like straight black lines and straight green lines. But no, those are absolutely fake. There's nothing straight about malachite. It's always a little, you see, like swirled and fudged and blurred. It's always a little messy when it properly and actually cut, when it's real. You see it does like little circles, and it's one of my favorite stones. I call it the St. Michael stone because it's very protective. It's used to manifest prosperity and protection of that wealth. And oh my God, and I just did a Only Murders in the Building ASMR Reiki review. So it feels befitting that I'm doing this as well. Um, I think I used copper for that one, and I'm using malachite today. And I wanted to do like a little bit of a smashing your aura and just wiping and plucking away all the pieces that fall from, in terms of, energies that just block you from prosperity and from living your best life. And that's always a struggle in the Star Wars universe, because yes, this is an Ahsoka review. And I'm just going to go straight out. I did not love Ahsoka. I don't want to say I didn't like it because I think the excitement of this series was that she was the favorite character in the Clone Wars, and she's played by Rosario Dawson, who's like the definition of fabulous. Hello, Latinas. And I just felt like it was very boring, very slow, very mundane, and I want to give it a chance because I only saw the first few episodes. But it kind of had the, last season of The Mandalorian problem, where you were like, why are we here? Why are we doing this? The Sith is still out there. We're still doing this. And it was kind of, I feel like Star Wars is going through what Star Trek went through, which is this feeling of give me the new. If you haven't seen Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I should probably do an ASMR Reiki about it because it's one of my favorite shows. I absolutely adore it. And I think the reason it's triumphing right now over the Star Wars universe is that it is more explorative, and it is more humorous. And Star Trek was always more colorful and campy, and they've always been rather competitive, even though George Lucas said Star Trek totally admired them. And they have different vibes. I think Star Trek obviously is episodic. It is all about discovering new worlds, whereas Star Wars is the typical good versus evil. We have to end the Sith. We are the Force. We are the light. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. But I love them both, and I love them equally. But I have to say that the Star Wars universe currently in television is just not kicking it. And Ahsoka was the favorite character of the Clone Wars, which was so good. Out of People always talk about, like, out of the Star Trek universe, the multiple movies and TV shows that came after, I would say Rogue One is like the best. Controversy. And Clone Wars is one of the best in the aftermath of it all. Oh, and Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was really good. And it just so I mean, I'm just gonna give you excerpts. Basically, there's this magic gold orb that's a map. This Jedi disappeared. Ahsoka's looking for it, but so are others, and we don't know if they're ex-Jedi, if they're a part of the Sith. We're all just trying to figure each other out. So she's calling her own apprentice, and she's just trying to escape a commemoration because she didn't necessarily become a full Jedi because she didn't know how to typical Jedi storyline, of Anakin or Luke Skywalker, in the sense, I don't mold, I'm different a little, I'm a rebel. I have the Force, but like I'm not into it, kind of MO. But I think it's rather amplified because this is a fresh story that doesn't feel fresh. And it's really, really surprising because it's Ahsoka. And I think that I I don't know how I felt about Rosario, because I love Rosario Dawson. Puerto Ricans, we gotta unite. But I also felt like with Clone Wars, I felt Ahsoka was so humorous and so bright, and even in facing off against Anakin, there was just something so the attraction we all had to her was this. She was passionate and fiery and light and never gave up. And we meet her more tired. We meet her sadder and very serious. And it felt a little like, you felt that she's powerful. You felt that she is going up against odds. But at the same time, I also felt like, let's start plugging. I also felt like, oh, we're cord cutting now. That was a surprise, even to me. I just felt like she felt dimmed. And your traumas and your tragedies, yeah, they could dim you, but yet there's a core essence and a spark that never goes out. I like to believe that for myself, and I like to believe that for everybody. And there's just this feeling that she's not her anymore. And it's not in the sense of trauma or really bad, things happening. It felt like just a different interpretation of the character from the one that I saw, that I've interpreted and felt in Clone Wars. Uh, and yeah, it's like something's just not clicking, and I want to wait to see. I want to give it more of a chance, especially because I believe Hayden Christensen is going to be a part of this series, at least in a guest star, maybe an episode, and I would love to see that sort of face off again, live action, of course. But I just don't understand why we're here. And one of the biggest complaints Star Wars fans have had in terms of Star Wars is that feeling of, why are we here? Why are we still here? Why are we copy pasting characters and same storylines? Why are we even on Tatooine again? This is a galaxy. We should be observing more planets, and there is potential for more observances of different planets and different life forms. But I think Star Wars should really start taking a few notes from Star Trek, which is ironic because it was always, Star Trek should take notes from Star Wars. There was a feeling of the one was way more epic than the other, or way more mythic because of that good versus evil. But I just felt like there has to be more. Even though there will always be the core of the Force versus a Sith, dark versus light, Jedi, all that can remain its core. It's the heart of Star Wars. But there is a feeling of, why isn't anything expanding? And even with Grogu, there was a sense of, maybe he can expand this universe. He's so freaking cute. But in the last seasons, it just flattened a little bit. It didn't feel like, like we're going places. And it was a little disappointing, especially because I think shows Marvel, and please watch my Blue Beetle review. I talked about this. Marvel is going through an issue that is not as bad as DC, in that Marvel is exceptional. They are exceptional storytellers, but there's a lack of innovation, a lack of newness, a lack of guiding the people into new worlds and new storylines. And I I feel like with the comic book universe, things have gotten so big, so much spectacle, so much drama, so much visual effects, that the basicness of just a good character and a good story has been lost. And that's what I felt with Ahsoka. Like, my God, the visuals were amazing, and we are in these new worlds, and everyone's telling me that this character is important and cool, and they look cool, and they walk cool, and they act cool, and yet I don't feel wow with them compared to a show, which I probably should do ASMR Reiki TV review of Strange New Worlds. If you'd like that, please comment and subscribe. But I definitely felt like it was just lacking, and I want to give it an opportunity because I really pull for this character. I really pull for this actress, and I really pull for Star Trek. But there is a sense that Disney is not hitting it, and my hope is that the return of the Punisher. I love the Punisher. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. Rumor has it that he's going to appear in Daredevil, and that they're already filming his spinoff, and it's just basically Kingpin is trying to go against all the